They've battled across the country.
We're going to fight for every vote in every state.
Iowa, New Hampshire, Super Tuesday.
We are doing something very radical in American politics. We're telling the truth.
Now the campaigns come to Washington. Sanders looking to surge.
Seattle is ready for a political revolution.
Clinton hoping for a knockout.
Come out and caucus for me this Saturday. Thank you so much, people.
Live from King 5 News, coverage of the Washington Democratic caucuses.
Good morning. It is Democratic Caucus Day in the state of Washington. People are gathering at 500 caucus sites like the one you're looking at live right now at University Place, Curtis High School. The Democratic Party expecting as many as 200,000 people to come out today to pick a presidential candidate. And welcome to our special coverage of the Washington Democratic caucuses from our Home Plate Center studios in Seattle. I'm Mark Wright.
And I'm Lori Matsukawa. We're coming to you live on both Northwest Cable News and we're also streaming live on King5.com. We are joined at the table by King 5's political reporter, Natalie Brand, and political analyst from Seattle University, Marco Lowe. We're here to look at what's at stake today, so let's take a look. There are 118 Democratic delegates up for grabs today in Washington. Right now, Sanders trails Clinton by 758 total delegates. 2,383 are needed to win the nomination.
Democrats in Hawaii and Alaska are also caucusing right now. Hawaii has 35 delegates up for grabs. Alaska has 20.
We have crews at caucus sites across the state.
You can see the overflow, just how many folks are here. This is a neighborhood that's close to Curtis High School. You can see the overflow as this many people that have come out here this morning. Say hello, hello. Y'all know who you're gonna vote for yet?
Yeah.
Who's that?
Oh, Bernie Sanders.
Okay. All right, we got a couple Bernie supporters over here.
And at this point, the only politician who truly speaks for Generation X, because he's been there and done that all the way back with Dr. King, is Bernie Sanders.
Hillary's fighting for women. She's for equal pay, and she's for paid leave, which is huge.
We have the final results from how they break down, the percentage breakdown. So 6 delegates will go to Bernie Sanders at this precinct and 2 delegates to Hillary Clinton right over here. 7 delegates for Bernie Sanders and 2 for Hillary Clinton.
And cool to look at that process there.
It is really interesting, and people still very passionate. We
only have cameras in a couple of locations, but so far we've seen overwhelming for Bernie. Yeah. And this is, you know, we thought that the margin would be a little bit smaller because of Clinton's, organizing. Activity over the past few weeks. So what is your take on these initial numbers? I know it's still way early in the process, but...
Tidal wave.
8 for Hillary. 16 for Bernie.
8 for Hillary, 16 for Bernie so far. And your assessment of how things are going so far today?
Well, I think really well. You know, the questions that people had today were, how do we do the vote and when do we decide and who gets to change? It's really pretty simple rules there. Everybody seemed to enjoy themselves too, which is great.
In each of the 10 congressional districts, there are 3 delegates. And because Trump hit over 50%, he actually hit over 70% in all the districts. He swept all 30 delegates attached to these congressional districts.
This is an election night update from King 5 News.
Let's show you what it looks like on the map when you're missing King County. Right now, this is the governor's race, and we have it right at 50-50 with Bryan up by 470 votes. This is Inslee winning the 2 other key counties, Pierce and Snohomish, but it's amazing what happens when you take King County out of the equation. These are the new numbers with the map completely filled in, and King County, we were eagerly awaiting King County. You can see Governor Inslee up over 70% in that county, bringing his win right now, his margin to 56-43. Without King County, remember, we were looking at about 50-50.
We just got word that California, Ricky, did you say went to Clinton? Is that right? Went to Clinton. and Oregon as well, and Washington as well has been declared, as well as Hawaii. Idaho has been declared to go to Donald Trump, and you just saw.
And you just saw that change reflected on the screen. So it shows now that Hillary Clinton has 209 electoral votes, 172 for Donald Trump.
So, Natalie, can Hillary still win this race? It doesn't look good, does it?
Pennsylvania is the state here that everyone is keeping a close eye on at this hour with 20 electoral votes. Marco Lowe, talk about the significance of Pennsylvania here and what this map looks like for Hillary Clinton.
Rio, home to the girl from Ipanema, the Bossa Nova, and Carnival. Rio, where beach volleyball was born, and soccer players go by a single name on the world's most famous pitch. Rio, the first city in South America to host an Olympic Games. Come to Rio and meet hometown heroes set to star on sport's biggest stage. Nathan Adrian of Bremerton.
Adrian with a goal for the U.S.
Back to defend his title as the fastest man in the pool.
To be able to actually make the dream of being a three-time Olympian come true, I mean, that's just no words that can really express what that means to me.
Marty Malloy, Oak Harbor, looking to turn London bronze into Rio gold.
I know I can win. I just need to do it.
And Seattle's own Hope Solo, on a mission to make soccer history.
No team in history has ever won the World Cup and then followed by winning a gold medal in the Olympics.
Come to Rio and celebrate 3 of the best to ever grace the games.
The most dominant female athlete in the world,
Simone Biles. An Olympic gold will stamp her place in history.
Her coronation is coming in Rio.
Usain Bolt explodes, and he's still the king of 100.
Usain Bolt, out to three-peat in both Olympic sprints.
Usain St. Leo Bolt of Jamaica is the best sprinter that has ever lived.
The greatest Olympic champion of all time.
And Michael Phelps, the best who ever was, back for one last curtain call.
5 Olympics for the greatest ever.
The Olympics demand a spectacle, and Rio is primed to deliver. Bright, loud, wild. Tonight, the Olympic party begins.
Welcome back, 513, and take a look. What a beautiful, beautiful view. The famed Christ the Redeemer overlooking Rio de Janeiro on this morning of the Olympics opening ceremony. We are now just hours away from the start of the Rio 2016 Olympic Games.
Washington has more than 24 Olympians in Rio for the Games. We're going to meet many of them this morning. Let's check in with our crews in the Olympic Park there, Chris Egan and Allison Morrow. Good morning, guys.
Last night, we experienced pure joy with 2 of our Northwest athletes, Marty Malloy from Oak Harbor and Travis Stevens from Tacoma. They took the podium last night. They'll be competing in judo. They got their schedule last night, and the 2 Northwest natives, they love their draw.
I have been there before, so I know what to expect, and I hope to change that color of that medal this time around.
Oak Harbor's Marty Malloy won a somewhat surprising bronze 4 years ago in London. Malloy is ranked 3rd in the world and is a medal favorite this time in Rio. When we last saw Tacoma native Travis Stevens, he was bandaged up, finishing just 1 fight short of an Olympic medal in London. This spring, Stevens became the first American ever to win the World Masters. Heading to his 3rd Olympics, Stevens says he doesn't need a medal to prove his worth.
It is, of course, day 5, and here's that latest in the medal count. Team USA opened up a substantial lead now, 32 medals in all, 11 of them gold, 11 silver. China's in second, followed by Japan, then Russia, and then Australia. So looking good for the U.S.
Yeah, and tonight figures to be one of the biggest nights of the games. In gymnastics, it's women's all around with Simone Biles. Everybody's waiting to see how she does. She's seeking the gold medal that will mark her possibly as one of the greatest ever. Also, swimming features a classic matchup between Michael Phelps and Ryan Lochte in the 200 IM. Almost certainly the final chapter in a rivalry that has stretched now over the past 4 Olympic Games. That action gets going at 8 o'clock tonight, right after the King 5 Olympic Zone at 7:30. As we continue our Olympic coverage, we want to know what's your favorite sport to watch. Is it swimming? Maybe it's gymnastics. Maybe hard to decide. Maybe it's track and field.
Yeah, cast your vote. Go to king5.com/vote now, and you're going to see the results at the bottom of your screen. The poll closes in about 20 minutes, so please cast your vote.
We have shared the Olympic experience with more than 24 athletes from our area.
And many of them will be coming home with medals around their necks.
He's got to lock it in. He got it. Travis Stevens forces the world #1 of Tanvili Trikashvili to tap out.
In judo, Travis Stevens of Tacoma fought his way to silver in his 3rd Olympics, the best result for an American man since 1984.
This medal is as good as gold, and I'm going to hold my head up high for the rest of my life.
Ace serve again.
And in volleyball, Courtney Thompson danced her way to a bronze 4 years after winning silver in London.
I have a whole new respect for everyone that wins a bronze medal. I didn't understand that before.
Cougar star Klay Thompson will add one more tomorrow when the U.S. men's basketball team will play for a gold medal.
The athletes and their incredible performances have grabbed most of the headlines in Rio.
Here's Usain Bolt, 3 times 3, the triple.
But it's hard to ignore the locals and their excitement to host the games.
Brazil, Brazil.
Allison and Chris share their experience from Rio, ahead on the Olympic Zone. Pride and Peace, a King 5 community forum, live from the Olympic Sculpture Park in Seattle. Now, tonight's moderator, King 5 News anchor, Joyce Taylor.
Good evening and welcome. We're so happy to have you here with us tonight. We are going to be here for the next hour to talk about the impact the Orlando shootings have had on our community. We are interested in your thoughts at home. We invite you to participate online on Facebook and Twitter. We have our tech reporter, Brian Westbrook, here. He's going to be taking your comments and your questions online, so please join the conversation today. And now I'm happy to introduce part of our panel tonight. We have with us tonight Pride Fest Director Egan Orion. We also have from Seattle Pride Melissa Garcia and Seattle Mayor Ed Murray, along with our Seattle Police Chief Kathleen O'Toole. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Islam is practiced in our mosque. We do a great job of being community members and contributing. You made reference to our community needs to work with you, when in fact we do have a gun problem. You know, Canada in the last 20 years has had 8 shootings. We've had 20 mass shootings in a month. We have 23 toddlers who have shot adults since the beginning of this year. We have a gun problem, and it's not necessarily a problem with the Muslim community. I hope you could just readdress it and clarify that, please.
We certainly have a gun problem in this country. We have a violence problem in this country as well, and it's intractable. I don't know how we're going to fix it. I really don't.
Good morning. Welcome to King 5's special coverage of the Sounders Championship Parade and Rally. And you can see from this live shot from Sky King, the crowd is up and over Westlake Park, about ready for this parade to celebrate the franchise's first ever championship, the MLS Cup. The parade is underway. Guys, what a scene downtown.
That is the owner, Adrian Hanauer, holding the MLS Cup, standing on the front of the Emerald City trolley as they're handing it off back and forth throughout the trolley here. Adrian, we're live on King 5. How's it feel to be in this position today?
Feels pretty damn good, I have to admit.
To have that cup after You were a dreamer, a guy who had the lower division team, wanted the MLS here for years. Now you're at the top of the American soccer world.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. And I mean, this is what it's all about. All these people out here. I was a fan, when I was 8 years old, fell in love with this team, and now to, be part of it and bring joy to a lot of people, that's the key.
You're smiling from ear to ear, holding that cup. Zach Scott right next to you. Zach, your last game as a Sounder ends with an MLS Cup victory. What's this storybook like for you?
I mean, this is just unbelievable. From the way we turned the season around to just ending on a perfect note. My career, I mean, this is all I've ever wanted for this city, for my family to be able to celebrate together. This is fantastic.
You can see Chris Cashman and I are walking through all these people that have lined the streets of 4th Avenue for this celebration and parade. There's Stephen Fry.
We got an MVP.
The save. Chris, can you grab him?
Congratulations, how you feeling? Is this actually happening right now?
It must be, because I'm cold, so I'm appreciative of the fact that it's cold, because it keeps reminding me that it's not a dream.